Hello, I'm Sam Morton here with Henry Bryant, reporters for Sussex World, and we've just watched Brighton draw 0-0 at Brentford in a pretty boring Premier League game, to be honest, wasn't it? I think Brighton had the better chances and they were the team most likely to win it, but it was a bit of a dull game. How would you assess that one, Henry?
Well, I think that Brighton didn't come into the game with enough intensity as they should have. There's been a lot of lacklustre performances recently with Brighton just not being able to put their foot on the gas. A lot of chances created, and in the post-match press conference, De Zerbi talked about 6 chances that he thought his side should have scored. But just overall, Brentford are a really strong, physically strong defensive team, and they did really well to thwart off the Brighton attack, especially with the likes of João Pedro back in the squad. So for me, it was a really disappointing game in that sense for Brighton. I think we just need to get some results through if we are to secure a European spot. But yeah, a boring 0-0 draw.
Yeah, you mentioned João Pedro being back, and he was a really lively performance, wasn't it? De Zerbi really praised him for the way that he performed, and it was almost like he'd never been away, wasn't it? In the way that he was kind of really trying to find those gaps in the defence and get shots off, and it obviously wasn't his night, but he's going to make such a difference in these final 8 games, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. And De Zerbi was saying, how difficult it is to play against Brentford. So for us, it was really positive to see him back and creating most of our chances and actually getting us up the pitch, especially in times of need. So it was really good.
And just a word to the defenders, Henry. Lewis Dunk and Jan-Paul van Hecke, who have been brilliant throughout the season, really did perform well again to keep Ivan Toney quiet. So just a word on them, how well they performed.
Yeah, well, I think that in terms of the defence, Brighton have been shaky in some games, and I think the fact that we were able to get a clean sheet today is one of the positives of this game. I know that fans are probably going away thinking, we should have maybe nicked something in the dying embers of the game, especially with the Danny Welbeck chance. But look, the defence was really good tonight, and I think that it showed sort of the solidness of our defence. Jan-Paul van Hecke is really turning into a really important player for Brighton, and it shows.
Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for all the player ratings and match reaction at sussexworld.co.uk.